Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to make cheesy scones by popular demand. Literally everybody in the family and the friends group said, are you going to do cheesy scones next? So yes, this is what I'm doing, cheesy scones. These are Hungarian scones, there's nothing to do with the beautiful scones that you can buy here in England. These are cheesy version. There are lots of, I would say hundreds of different versions of scones in Hungary that we like to eat. These are just tiny little snacks, usually savory, cheesy ones, the ones with cottage cheese, the ones with smoked cheese. You can make one with pork scratchings, all sorts, potatoes, lots of versions of them. I wasn't great making them in my early years. I only started making scones, to be honest with you, about 15 years ago. My sister-in-law gave me a recipe, thank you Sylvie. And then now I'm a bit more confident and I'm trying new ones, but this is the first one that she gave me. This is still my favorite. I now make it in a little bit of a different way than her. But yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I have this board. I use this instead of a countertop. You can use your countertop, you don't need to have a board. Okay, so first of all, you need 600 grams of plain flour. Actually, first I'm gonna do the yeast, sorry. So, right, you need just 100 ml of milk. Just a little bit of milk. Any milk you want. But you know, this is going to have a lot of cheese in it. I have never tried to make this vegan. Or maybe I should try, because nowadays you can get like really good vegan cheeses and vegan butters and stuff. So maybe you try and let me know how it went. I'm sure it will work. It will work. The main thing is the yeast and the flour. So yeah, so 100 ml of milk and then a little bit of sugar. Just a teaspoon of sugar. Just to get the yeast moving. I'm going to put this in the microwave for about 20 seconds. So it's like lukewarm. When you put your finger in, you shouldn't feel it hot or cold. Right, so it's been in the microwave for 15 seconds. I'm just going to stir it to dissolve the sugar a little bit. And then I need to add three teaspoons. I've got these crafted little measuring spoons. 3 teaspoons of Easy Bake yeast, dry active yeast, instant yeast, same thing. 3 teaspoons. There you go. And just mix, mix, mix a little bit. And this is going to start working while we measure out all the other ingredients and start have, you know, a little bit of foamy on the top. That's what you want. If it didn't work, because you have an old yeast and it doesn't start foaming a little bit, make another one. Go to the shop, buy new yeast and start again. You know, your other ingredients will wait for you. Not a tragedy at all. Okay, so let's turn this on. 600 grams of plain flour. This is a big batch of scones. I mean, you can just half everything because it will give you 3 big baking sheets full of scones. But it always goes. My family absolutely loves these. And we are going to a barbecue tomorrow. That's where I'm making them. So much. 1 tablespoon of salt, tablespoon. You need it. This is why I couldn't make these when I was younger, because all the recipes I found add salt. How much? How much salt? You never tell me how much salt. Add as much sour cream as needed. What does that mean? Oh, so this one I really like because it gives you exactly how much you need of everything. So 1 tablespoon of salt, and then we're going to add the butter. I took it out a little bit earlier, maybe half an hour, to soften, not too much, just a little bit. And I'm going to cut it up to little cubes. And then I'm going to put it in there, and I'm just going to rub it in the flour. Okay, so I usually cut it in half and then quarter. Oh, I left it out too long, it's really hot in here again. So you see it's too soft, you want it a bit harder. And then half like this. Oh, come on. And then little squares. So yeah, these are very popular when you expecting guests, or you're going somewhere and you just want to take something really nice with cup of tea, beer, white wine spritzer. Lovely. You have like a card game going on or something like that. It's just a little snack talk. Okay, so I'm going to, oh my god, my yeast is going really crazy. I hope it's going to be fine. Right, so I'm just rubbing it together with the flour. Only my fingertips. I'm not going in knead it. You don't want the butter to warm up too much. So you can make this in advance and then put it in the fridge. This is what I'm going to do because I'm only taking this tomorrow. So it can rest a little bit in the fridge. That would be really nice then. Makes the texture better, I think. You need to rub this all in until it's like wet sand, I would say. Like, I'll show you. It's almost done. Your finger muscles are working hard. God. Can you start doing this a little bit to help? It doesn't have to be perfect. It's not, you know, it's a very easy thing to make. You don't have to be perfect in this at all. Maybe this is why they never put on how much salt you needed. But you know, for somebody who never made this before, how do I know how much salt I need? I know, 1 tablespoon. Okay, so it's like this. I don't know if you can see, maybe it's too bright. If I press it, it sticks together like this. Okay, so I'll keep getting interrupted today. I started filming a little bit late because of the new kitten we have. Anyway, so I've been working on this for at least 10 minutes now. So my yeast is really come up a lot. Okay, but that's fine. So now I'm going to add the yeast. I'm just going to make a well in the middle. I'm going to add the yeast. Like this. Okay, so now we need 200 milliliters of sour cream. I'm going to measure it out in the same dish. I measure the yeast out, going in the same place, so it doesn't matter. One of these are 300 ml, is almost all of it. had a one that was open. That one, let's see how it's doing. Any more? Yes, a little bit more. Let's see what the spoon for that one. Okay, that's about 200 ml. That goes in. Yep. 1 egg. And now we are kneading it together. Get in there with your hands. Motions like this, all around. Make sure that you incorporate all the flour into the mix. You don't want to knead it too long because you don't want the butter to melt too much. It's already melted too much, but it's fine. So the more you're going to knead it, the stickier it's going to get if you knead it too long. Okay, so this is good. All the flour is gone. Now I'm going to dip it out onto this board into some flour. My hands are dirty. Bit of flour because it's very sticky. Okay, good. There you go. Okay, now I'm squishing it out flat because I want to add the cheese and I want to roll it up with the cheese to make like a Swiss roll. And flour the surface so it's not going to stick to it too much. Alright, like this, it's fine. Okay, so I measured it out, 250 grams of cheese. I used a little bit of smoked cheese and then some cheddar, mostly cheddar, like 100 grams of smoked cheese. I usually use red Leicester, but my daughter Esther used it all up, so no worries. You can just do it with just cheddar. It's absolutely fine. Oh, the smoked cheese smells so good. Hopefully you'll like it. I like everything smoky. Right, so I'm just going to roll this up into a log. Too warm in here. Like this. Hold it in, hold it in. Squish it together. Like that. And it's done. Okay, so now I'm going to put this in the fridge, wrap it up in cling film, and then put it in the fridge for at least 15-20 minutes, half an hour, depends how warm is in your house. I'm going to leave it in until tomorrow morning because I need to make this tomorrow morning for the barbecue in the afternoon, so it's fresh and soft. So see you later. Hello, good morning. Welcome back. It has actually been 2 days since I filmed the beginning of this video. I was a disaster yesterday. The battery died. Well, let's get started with the cheeses. So, I had to make half of this dough to take it with me to the barbecue yesterday. So I left half so I can do the filming with it. So it is only half the amount today. Okay, so what we need a board or a clean surface. Just some flour on it. I don't think it will be because I just took it out of the fridge. You might want to give it like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but I have no time today. I've got this. Okay, so let's roll it out to about this thick, like your finger. 2 centimeters. I don't know what it is in inches. Check it out. That's why I say just do it like a finger. It's a bit hard, but it will soften. It's very warm again. Okay. Nice. Barbecue was a success. So we already tasted this with the smoked cheese. It's absolutely divine. So I highly recommend if you like smoky stuff to add some smoked cheese to this. It is really, really nice. Okay, that's about right. Okay, now turn the oven on for about 200. Let's say 190 instead, maybe. Okay, you're going to need baking tray lined with baking paper, or if you don't have baking paper, you can just grease them. I like to use baking paper, but I only have this much left. I used it all up yesterday, so I'm going to work with 1 tray. If you have 2 trays, even better, because then you can put in 2 trays at the same time. It's going to be, because it's only half, I might be able to squeeze it onto 1 tray. We shall see. Okay, so I have this scone cutter from Hungary, this size. But you can use these pastry cutters if you have them. The smallest one is fine. Or if you don't have that, don't worry, you can just square it up and just make little cubes. Just as delicious. It doesn't really matter what sort of shape it is. For me it is because, you know, if it's a scone it has to be round, but it really hasn't. It really doesn't need to be round. Okay. You want to dip the cutter into some flour and then press it down. And then you can already see kind of the layers in there as you made them. Really nice with the cheese. And then just line them up on the baking tray like little soldiers. So this dough was in the fridge for 2 days, but you know, you can, when you make it, you can use it straight away after like, put it in the freezer for 10 minutes, you know, if you're in a pinch. You don't need to wait, but you can. So you can prepare it the day before, the night before, you put it in the fridge, and in the morning you're ready to go. It's very flexible. Just make sure that you wrap it in cling film or something. I never tried to freeze this dough, so I don't know how that works. If you can, perhaps you could, I don't know. Just line them up. Don't make them touch, but you can put quite close to each other because it's going to rise upwards. It's not going to go like a cookie. It's just going to go up. I think I can squeeze this on one tray. You're going to need some more cheese on the top. I told you it was going to be a lot of cheese. You need some more cheese on the top. Grate it with the fine side of the grater, and you can put some more stuff on there. I like to put some sesame seeds because that gives it a little bit of a crunch, and it's just nice, tasty. And I usually put half of it, I put sesame seed on the top, and the other half I put caraway seed on the top. But you don't have to. You just do it an egg wash. Definitely need an egg wash, which is just an egg whisked up. That's an egg wash. And you just brush the top of it with a brush or your fingers, doesn't matter. And then you put the stuff on the top. You can just add cheese. You can just do the egg wash and the sesame seeds. You can just do just egg wash. Whatever you have at home and whatever you feel like putting on the top. Okay. Don't knead it too much when you have to, knead it together after the run out of space. Don't knead it too much because you don't want you lose your layers just until it kind of resembles a dough again. Just keep going on. So if you decide to cube it, obviously you're not going to have this problem. So I say it's easier, but I just like them to be square. It's just something about it. Oh my god, is it not going to fit? I'm sure it's going to fit on one tray. It's going to be very tight. The last one I usually make a funny shape out of, so I can eat it later. What should I make? Nice one still can come out of this. Am I gonna for you? I'm going to make a pretzel. Because that's always the chef's, you know what I mean? It's not as good as the rest because you eat it too much. So might as well have some fun with it. Pretzel. Spaghetti, please. Thank you. Done. Right. Right. Let me get this out of the way. Okay. put it in the fridge, so it's completely fine to use or throw it away, you know. No wasting stuff. So I'm just gonna brush the tops, all of them. You don't want the egg to kind of run down the side, so you don't need to go really thick, because then it would stop it rising. It would stick the layers together and then it won't be able to rise. I mean, it's not going to rise so much because it's not a lot of yeast in it really, but it will rise a little bit. You're too close together. You can do this with your finger. And then used to have a brush made out of goose feathers. It was really pretty, actually. And this bright pink silicone stuff. But you can't get that in TK unfortunately. What a shame. And I can't kind of chase a goose down in the gardens to ask it for a feather, can I? I'll be fine, I think, if I did that. In the park, I mean, not in the garden, not in my garden, I don't have a goose. Okay, the pretzel. Cute little pretzel for me. Done. Now, the cheese. So I'm grated it with the fine grate side, so it's like this. And you just get a pinch, and then you just put on each one of them. Again, any type of cheese. This is cheddar. You can use Edam. That'd be nice, I reckon. Mozzarella, it doesn't really taste anything, it's just got the really nice pull, and you don't need that in this, so don't use mozzarella. But any aged kind of cheese would do. Tropista for my Hungarian people. Oh, the smoked cheese, I mean, it's so nice. Really gives it. And I only put it on a little bit, it was a really good smoked cheese actually. I only put it like, I don't know, maybe 100 grams after 250. It was smoked cheese, or even less. I tell you what, I took half of this dough and made it up to scones yesterday, put it in a box, took it to the barbecue, opened it, half an hour later there was none left. None. People were fighting over them. It's really, really nice and very popular. Oh, come on, the cheese is not going to be enough. I have to just grate some more. What a shame. Oh, come on. Look, I need to grate more cheese. Okay. See? All the essentials. White cheddar. It really doesn't have to be anything special. Okay, more. Okay, nice, some more. Oh my god. I had this, when I was little, my granddad had a friend, and sometimes they would come over for dinner or something, and we would eat, and he would have a little bit of bread, a little bit of pickle, a little bit of sausage, and then he would run out of sausage, so he got some more sausage, and then he would run out of bread. Then he got some more bread, then he would run out of pickle, then he got more pickle. My man couldn't stand it anymore. Are you going to ever finish that dinner? He's like, I can't help it. I run out of this, I get some more of that, I run out of that, I get some more of that. I can never finish. I am so full, but I can never finish my dinner. Oh, I always remember him, it was so funny. Okay, I'm gonna do caraway seeds on every first and sesame seed on every second one. I like caraway seed cheese, it's nice. I'm going to put both on the, what you call it, pretzel, because it's my cat. As I said, you can just put anything or nothing, whatever you fancy. Just a little pinch of it. I get my caraway seeds from the Hungarian shop, so I honestly haven't seen them in the Tesco or anything. So that's why I'm saying you don't have to. You can probably get them in Polish shop, to be honest. But I don't know. I don't know if it would be nice with cumin. It's a similar thing. Oh, the oven is hot, perfect timing. Okay, so it's going to go into the oven, not for long at all, maybe 10-15 minutes. Please keep an eye on it. I need to turn it around because this is a big tray and my oven is not the best. So I need to turn it around because one side will brown quicker than the other. The back always browns quicker. The door obviously is not very well insulated, so see you back in about 15 minutes. So welcome back, they are all cooked, baked, really nice and golden brown color. They're very hot. And this, really hot. And yeah, ready to eat with a cup of tea. Look at that, beautiful. Yeah, all done. Please have a go at them, they are really easy to make, you just need a lot of cheese. See you later.